Now that the Christmas season is upon us, we all feel that rush to get everything done before Santa arrives. Hey y'all, it's Wendy from Village Card and Craft, and today I'm going to show you how to make some Christmas cards that are fun and you can get them done in a jiffy. Let's get crafting. I'm starting with a piece of white cardstock that is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches and some stamps. Pick anything you like that you have in your stash. I was going for snowflakes, but these are mandalas. I'm going to make it work. Some Distress Oxide inks in blues, mint tape, white pigment ink, and white embossing powder. Using my low-tack mint tape, I'm going to section off a strip of card that is 1 1/4 inches wide. Using the tape to hold down your paper, burnish it down so you don't get any ink underneath there. Now, I was going for snowflakes, but this mandala set will have to do. I've selected one, and I'm going to put it onto an acrylic block. Since this is a new stamp set, I want to make sure I get a good impression, so I'm using just a glue eraser, and I rub all over the face of the stamp, which does absolutely no harm to it. To get a really good crisp white image, I'm using Hero Art's Unicorn Pigment ink. Because of the size of the stamp, I'm going to make 3 different partial impressions. It's going to go over the tape, but that's okay. I want them to be rather random, like snowflakes. Send some pixie dust by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and ringing that notification bell. I'm going to cover my white stamped images with white embossing powder. Now the pigment ink stays wet for just a little while longer, so it makes it really easy to use for embossing. Let me get my WOW embossing heat gun turned on. This has two speeds, 2 levels, and I'm just going to heat it up for just a couple of minutes so that embossing batter will melt quickly. And it might be hard to see a little bit on camera, but it does a beautiful job. I'm going to start out with the lightest Distress Oxide that I chose, which is tumbled glass. No magic here, I'm just using the tumbled glass in random spots throughout the open strip. My next color is Salty Ocean, and I'm simply using a mister to spray my brush and wiping it off on some paper towel. I did decide to go back and add some additional tumbled glass in the center of my faux snowflakes. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. You'll also notice that I opted not to use the third color. 2 was plenty. I'm going to finish this off with some washi tape. Just make sure that whatever washi tape you choose, you cut extra length. You want to be able to wrap it around the back of the card before you adhere it to your panel. I create a border by adding a second piece of washi tape around that beautiful blue strip with snowflakes. I cut a blue layering panel that will complement my blue strip, and it's 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Using a simple tape runner, I go ahead and attach that panel to my white card base, which is a standard A2 card base of 5 1/2 inches by 4 1/4. Next up, I simply attach the white panel on top of the blue panel using the same tape runner. I have selected a beautiful sentiment from May Made It's latest winter stamp set called Winter Peace, and the sentiment reads, "May peace surround you always." I do use a stamp positioner. This one is from Stampin' Up! And it's called the Stamparatus. And I will go ahead and line up exactly where I want my sentiment, and I'm going to leave the sentiment on the stamping platform because I can use it for every other card that I'm going to make today. I'm using that glue eraser again because this stamp is new and I want to make sure I get a great impression the very first time. I'm using VersaFine's Black Onyx ink, and it gives a clean, crisp stamp every single time. Look at this beautiful card. Now that I've made the first one, all the other ones come together in about 5 minutes. I end up making 4 cards with this particular stamp set. I use different washi tape each time, and I create them in different colors. There's one red, one blue, purple, and green. This would make a great gift set. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, welcome. And for everyone else, welcome back. The goal of my channel is to show you how to be inspired by the things that you love. And for me, it's usually all things Disney. Today is no exception. And my cards were inspired by carousel horses at one of the resorts at the Walt Disney World resorts. Now, these were done a few years ago, but the saddles on these carousel horses are my inspiration. So just as the carousel horses are different, you can use any stamp to create those striped images that we did on the first set of cards. And I'm going to show you a couple of others as well. Now, here's the kicker. Those carousel horses, they're not a ride. They're chocolate. You heard me. They're chocolate. The whole thing is chocolate, and they are totally amazing. But they serve as my inspiration for my cards today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button And let's take a last look at a couple of other cards that I created, and I'll see you real soon.